Yo, what's good, guys? It's your boy No Name. I just want to let y'all know about how to craft these simplex amulets that everybody's been talking about. I don't think anybody's been talking about how to actually make these amulets, at least reliably. And I want to show you guys that it's actually not as much of a skeet shoot as you think it is, at least in the case of really, really strong ones that aren't absolutely mirror tier. The ones I showed in my previous video, thank you guys for blowing that one up, by the way, really leaned into volatile crafting, talking about that attributes amulet or the +2 and double dot multi amulet, or I didn't show it in this video, but there's also talks about the quant and double rarity amulet that replaces ascetic in high end magic find builds. Those types of amulets are really difficult to come by because of the fact that there is no deterministic method, at least discovered yet, that will make those happen. But this amulet right here on the screen, I can force it. This is a Abyss amulet for my Icicle Miner that I play. And this, I'm going to show you how we make this. So the big thing is that we're going to lean on our knowledge from crafting +2 amulets in the previous system. In the previous crafting, the big thing to note is that if you are to aug cold or aug any element, any damage type, really, fizz all the way through chaos with full suffixes, and one of those suffixes being cannot roll attack modifiers, you are guaranteed +1 to that skill type. +1 cold here with no attack modifiers to block out the cold damage to attacks, and full suffixes so that we can't hit these. Or if you do, like again, let me show you, right? If I say, like I said, it works on all of them. Fire, it's +1 fire guaranteed in the prefix. If I do fizz, it's +1 fizz guaranteed in the prefix. So based off of this understanding, we can now go a little bit further, right? Okay, so how do we apply that here though? Because these items have different rules. -2 prefixes and -1 suffix. Craft of Exile is not updated with the new numbers yet. But, so it's -2 and -1. So remember, number one, when crafting on simplex amulets, it's very important to remember why is it not letting me, it's not letting me just scour this. So we're going to do it the old fashioned way. Can I scour it now? Okay, whatever. So yeah, here we go. When scoured, it's normal. When transmuted, remember, it does not actually have this modifier here. It will have no mods as a magic item. You will need to make it rare. This is fine though. Start from the magic item, regal it, and annul. This is one way to do it. So I'll show you two methods. This is one way to do it, where you go boom, and then next up we force on our target mod, our +2. So multi-mod attacks. And then from here, we just add cold. Right? Add remove cold. So now it's going to add a cold mod, which has to be our ideal mod, and remove one of the suffixes. And you might be thinking, why not, in case you're thinking about using a reforge, it's important to remember reforges and chaos orbs do not respect meta mods that's like the cannot roll attack or caster modifiers. So we have to do it this way with the aug. Then once we've augged it on, you can lock your prefixes, right? We can craft on prefixes cannot be changed and reforge crit to get what we want. Now, reforge crit is a little scary because you could fill your suffixes and not hit what you want, and then you have to annul. Let me just show you what I mean very quickly in case you think I'm blowing smoke. Ignore the extra prefix, but you see we hit crit chance instead. So now I'd have to hit an annul. We hit the annul, so I can do prefixes cannot be changed again and do it over. Reforge crit. We hit crit multi. If you like the tier, you rock with it. But notice we have a bad suffix here. Sorry, the hiccups just hit me out of nowhere. But we have a bad suffix here. So I had a null here. And now we can finish with a craft, but this crit multi is pretty low. So you can keep going over and over in this method, but I'm just going to finish the craft here to show the point that the craft exists. And if you're curious, the weight of hitting what I would consider is fine, crit multi under these circumstances is a 50-50 with crit chance. But the tiers that I would want tier 3 or higher, and that is half of the 50-50, so 1 in 4. If you're looking for T1 only, it's now a 1 in 12 on that roll. And it's worth noting, if you want to skip the part with the annul, with the missed nulls, you can also instead go, let's see if I go back here and remove the credibility for a moment, and we do prefixes, or no, prefixes cannot be changed when it wants to craft on, and do, my god, these hiccups are killing me. Og crit. More expensive though. Notably more expensive. But now we don't have to do the annul step, but you're still gonna have to scour, clean your suffixes and redo that each time. So I would personally just reforge until you get it right and bite the bullet that 1 in 3 times you'll have to redo the forcing onto the +1. Now, this is one method, and this is a bit more ubiquitous because it allows you to still force on other stats. Like, watch this. What if I wanted cast speed to set a crit multi here? I could do Og Caster, or I could do Reforge Caster. Depends on, again, I would do Reforge because I don't think it's worth spending on Ogs. But we could do Caster. And oh, it hit a prefix because this thing is dumb and has an extra prefix slot. Just to show what I'm talking about, you'll notice here, if I hit caster, there's a prefix that is available, but it's not supposed to be able to hit that. The sim is using 2 prefixes instead of 1 still. So the prefix is filled, so this can't even be there. Let me just, I can't set that in the simulator though without blocking the prefix effectively. But we can just reforge to hit the speed mod here. And it's a 1 in 4 to hit the one that we want. I wish these hiccups would go away. Oh my god. But we could reforge caster, and it hits T2 cast speed. Now it did fill my suffixes though, and so like I would have to hit an annul here. And we missed, we lock prefixes again, we go again because I still have my +1 cold. But then, you know, let's say we hit the annul, this is gone, and now you craft on whatever you want. Or you can lock prefixes in Ashling for an even bigger like damage boost in that suffix, right? Now, this is method 1, and this applies to things that do not have essenceable suffixes. Like, for example, cast speed is an essence suffix. Crit multi is an essence suffix. What if you wanted to do it with, like, I don't know, let's say you really wanted attributes for some reason on that amulet, you would have to do it in a way that might not be essenceable if you're looking for all attributes or something, right? So you'd have to do some extra stuff there to try to get that on. Now, for essenceable stats, cast speed, crit multi, chaos damage for one of my personal choices of amulet, we can do it a little differently. So I'm going to show you the chaos damage amulet that I'm looking at for what is going to most likely be my league starter, and so I can show you how this step works. So we are going to start from a Scour Simplex yet again. Essences. I will be using Essence of Envy to get force chaos damage onto my amulet every time. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to essence this. I hit chaos damage, T1. Well, T1 because it's essence, right? And now we need to annul around it. And we missed. So we keep going until we don't miss. And if I miss again on this sequence, I'm just going to modify it here, but you can trust. Oh, I hit a +1 naturally. Not the right +1, but that's funny. But annul, and I annul the wrong thing. So we're going to go back in time and pretend that I hit the annul. Boom. I hit my annul. We've hit our essence modifier. Now we have this alone. What do we do here? We can do cannot roll attack modifiers. Now, I can't roll attack modifiers. I have full suffixes, which means, again, if we look over here, chaos is our only prefix. So when I go out to harvest and I og chaos, we get unlucky and I lose my modifier. And now you have a question to ask yourself on how you want to go about it from here. Do you want to get it back to get it back in full? You could just reforge chaos from here. You know, lock prefixes, reforge chaos until you hit it. That's an option. I think the weighting on that is a little poor, right? Because we will be looking at There is no chaos damage suffix, and there's just a resistance. So you can't even do that this way. So you would have to go back to square one. We go back. We do the AUG again. Boom. I hit my mod. We're celebrating, right? I hit this modifier. Now I can either craft or unveil my last mod. Which in my case, for the build that I'm looking for, a craft will do good enough because I would craft on Frenzy. This is for it. You could speculate on what you think this is for, but this is a full amulet, and this is very strong in that build's POB. Very strong. About 10% stronger than like any nearby unique. You could also, again, like I said, if you were feeling good, prefixes cannot be changed. It's what I would always make sure to do because that is the most expensive step. Prefixes cannot be changed, and then yet again, you can go for a Ashling. And you see it took my cast damage. So we didn't even gain anything out of doing that. We get a terrible unveil for the build. Like, this is why, like, I wouldn't do this personally. I just craft, but the option is there. That you can do this with a number of amulets. You can do this, you know, this could be crit multi and +1 cold, and then craft on. And that's how you get the one that I started with at the beginning of the video. Anyways, this is supposed to be just a quick little thing to show you guys how to make these amulets, to show you guys that simplex amulets are within reach. They're about, I would say, have 20 div or so ready to go when you want to make one of these. But I think it's very worth it considering how much you would spend for a good Dragon Fangs or an Ashes anyways. And it's worth noting, if you're a build that uses Dragon Fangs and you're like playing a flavor of the month build, consider one of these instead of wasting a whole lot of money on a Dragon Fangs, right? Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. If you like the tip, a like would help. If you want to see more of what I'm doing, subscribe is awesome. And comment down below if you found any methods for crafting any of the other stuff that's really out there that's looking crazy that you want me to look into, or stop by the stream. Link will be in the description so you can come see me when I'm live. I'm live in the afternoons usually, but on League Star, I'll be live all night, baby. You already know the deal. We're going nuts. This hiccup is driving me nuts. I got to get up out of here so I can get that taken care of. Y'all take care and have a great one. Peace.